Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. I always say good morning because you guys always say good morning, even though it's clearly noon here.
Yeah, welcome everyone to our Municibid Monday ladies edition today.
Just us girls.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun. All right. So Jackie, do you want to kick us off with our new sellers?
Yeah, absolutely. First, I want to say, we'd love to know where everybody's coming from. So if you're streaming in, you're watching live, please let us know where you're coming in from. If you're watching the replay, also let us know where you're coming in from. We just love to hear it. It's so cool to see our reach. This week we'd really want to reach out a huge welcome to all of our new sellers. It's been really fun over the 20 years of Municibid here to see, how far we're still reaching and where people are coming in from. So we would like to just give a huge welcome to all the new sellers here on Municibid. Just this past week, we welcomed Glen Rock Borough in Pennsylvania, the city of Duquesne. Is that Missouri? I think that's Missouri, right? I'm really bad with the letters. M-O.
Yes, Missouri.
And also forgive me if I butcher the pronunciation of anyone's agency, but we have Chaminade High School in New York, Allentown School District in Pennsylvania, as well as Penn Township Road District in Pennsylvania. And on that same token, we also have 11 agencies who listed for the very first time. So I would like to congratulate them and also just kind of share a couple of the listings with our viewers. I'd like to welcome and congratulate, for their big first listings and how excited we are for that. Richmond Township, PA, Johnstown Redevelopment Authority in Pennsylvania, the Borough of Quakertown Public Works in Pennsylvania. If you haven't caught on yet, it's a very big Pennsylvania week. Center County Recycling and Refuse Authority in Pennsylvania, the City of Hollyoaks Gas and Electric Department in Massachusetts, South Williamsport Area School District in Pennsylvania, the Belmont Police Department in Massachusetts, the Eastern Regional Mon Valley Police Department in Pennsylvania, and Chaminade High School, New York, who had just registered a few days ago, also has their first listings up. They have 3 buses listed, which is awesome. And I have a couple just to show you guys of our first-time listers. If I can bear with me, sharing the screen is still a new experience for me. So I'm still learning here. but we'll get it up there and we'll show you guys what's going on. I feel like it hides my window when I want.
I see it.
Okay, great. I'm just putting a different one in there really quick, but so this is one of our first time listers. This is a listing that just was put up very recently by one PA Distance Learning Charter School in Pennsylvania, and they have a 2021 Ford Transit cargo van. It does have a reserve, and it currently has 6 bids. So we've got some good action going in, some good momentum because it still has 8 days and 22 hours to go. They did a great job with the pictures. I think that you got a very good idea of what this van looks like.
It
From these
looks
pictures,
really nice.
and it's in very, very good
Yeah.
condition. From what I
Very clean.
see, it has the ramp for the back for wheelchairs
That's
or
awesome.
whatever is necessary. So it's a great van. It really is. And they have over 20 pictures, which I think is fantastic. They really made sure that bidders bidding from a distance are able to see the listing, see what they're getting into. It's still relatively new. They say it's super clean. It has the rear door folding loading ramp. It has shelving. It has a second row seat. So they're seating for 4 passengers. They said the tires are still like new and it is inspected through April of 2027. So there's some great information here. You also can inspect it by making an appointment with the school Monday through Friday from 8 to 3, and they do have a contact person available. There's a lot of great information here. No questions have been asked yet, but that's likely because there's so much information. No questions have come up yet, but it's a great listing, especially for a first-time lister. So, good luck to the Distance Learning Charter School, and we hope to see that they have a great success on this listing. And then we also have one more I'm going to highlight from our first time listers. We have Geisinger EMS, which is a local hospital region up north a little bit from where I live, but in Pennsylvania, Danville, PA area. And they have a 2014 Chevrolet 3500 ambulance. There is 9 days and 3 hours left on this auction. There's currently one bid, but the reserve has already been met. So that's fantastic. And we've got some good pictures here. It looks like it's in pretty good condition. Very good condition, honestly,
That looks great.
yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
12-year-old ambulance, and it looks great. It looks like it's in good condition. It's inspected through last month, so you will need it inspected. They do have some great information here. They say it runs well. The inspection did just expire, so you would need to get it inspected. It was an ambulance earlier this year, so it has been tamed for emergency service standards. It has a high-quality modular box manufactured by Medic Specialty Vehicles. You can go inspect it in person. They have a contact person here to set an appointment to inspect in person, and the seller has been answering the questions as they come in. So it looks like it's a great listing, especially for a first time listing, and we hope to see, really great successful sale at the end.
And something to make sure that our audience knows, like with vehicles like this ambulance, that our sellers take really good care of them,
Yeah,
especially the emergency service ones. Like they
definitely.
can't have a vehicle break down while they're running out to go help someone, right?
Yes.
So they have very strict like maintenance schedules and they're on top of it. So it's
It's also usually documented. So if you have questions and you want to see that history, they usually can provide it to you so you know exactly what you're getting into.
yeah, and they often do it in-house, so it's
Mm-hmm.
the same person working on it again and again. They like know the ins and outs of the vehicle. So, for looking at used vehicles, even though, I mean, they're worked hard, right? They're
Yeah.
running up and down the highway, but they're definitely looked after. And
They
I
usually have
think,
a lot of life left in them. And from
yeah.
what I've seen, the ones that don't, they're very upfront about that. If there's one that, a vehicle that's being listed that they just need to get it off the lot. If it's been worked hard and it might not have too much life, I've always seen the seller say that.
Yeah, and that's something that's really nice with the government sellers is that transparency.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
so I'll share an item that I think would be cool to bid on. So for reference for everyone tuning in, we at Municibid are not allowed to bid on any of the auctions. Though there are definitely a lot of items that we wish that we could bid on. There's definitely like the ones that got away that were like, oh man, that was a pretty sweet deal. So one item that we've got live right now is this 1983 Seafarer sailboat. And I
Yeah.
saw this, and we've got summer here right around the corner. My brother has a sailboat and sails, and has been telling me how much fun he's been having. I'm like,
We
be
were just
pretty
out on
cool.
our boat yesterday. Yeah, it's the best, so
Oh, fun.
definitely.
Yeah. Um, So yeah, this one the right now the current bid is only $100.
Wow.
Um, and yeah, it's definitely on the older side, but still
Looks
floating.
in good shape.
Um, yeah, might want to do like some little TLC, but overall, I think as if you're just getting your feet wet with sailing or getting into boating, that looked like a pretty good starter one
Definitely.
to have some fun out on the water.
Absolutely, and I do feel, right now, $100, that's wild. Definitely, if we could, I would bid because having your first boat, it should always be something older, something that you can put some love into and kinda make it your own, and learn the ways of the water that way, so it's definitely a great buy for whomever does win this auction. I'm sure we will see the price go up towards the end. Most of the bidding, for people who are not very familiar, most of the bidding on online auctions in general, not even just Municipal, just across the board, most of the bidding takes place in the last day usually. So we probably will see a lot more action at the end. And we have recently added a feature where you can actually see that. You can see the chart in your account for how the bidding came in once the auction is ended, which is really cool to see where the activity was. But we'll probably see it go a bit higher. But this definitely does look like a really cool thing to buy. Really cool.
Yeah, right now it just has one bid. It only started Friday, so
Yeah,
it's early in the game.
very.
Um, and yeah, definitely planning to see some action. It's also got a little cabin that you could sleep out
Yeah.
on the water with it. So you want to like camp out on your boat, that'd be pretty sweet.
Just also a very common thing. If you've never spent any time in a marina, many people get these boats and do things like live on it for the summer. They don't even really take it out. They just kind of hang out at the marina because the marinas usually have a lot of features. They've pools and restaurants, and people set up like kind of like a deck setup behind their dock, and just kind of hang out, and then they just sleep in their boats. Or I actually rented one. I've rented an Airbnb that was a sailboat.
Oh, whoa, that's
on
awesome.
on the water. So it was like a really cool experience. So that's another option. You can clean it up and kind of make it cool and park it in a slip in a marina, and you can make money renting it out on Airbnb or whatever other rental sites there are. And people will definitely rent it. I have.
Wow, there you go. Here's your next sailboat Airbnb
Business
rental.
venture.
It does say that it sleeps, I think it sleeps like four in the cabin. So that's pretty
Wow.
like decent size
It is
rental there. Yeah, there you go. Make a little extra money this summer.
very cool.
Cool.
So I think we'll move on to highlight a couple of our live auctions that are, ending in the next few days and, show you what's going on. I will share my screen again. Hopefully I'm
Yep.
faster this time. Oh, that's my screen's already being. All right, let me just stop it and do it again. All right. Share screen. Window. Oh, I'm getting the hang of this, guys. It's getting there.
Nice.
I'm getting there. So
There we
I
go.
found this one is actually not, and this one was just actually listed last week. But I do think it's really cool. It ends, 16 days from now, so it has some time. But it's a 1980s International Hydro 186 tractor, and it has 25 bids on it already, even though it's only been up for a little over a week.
Wow.
And it has the side boom mower. Um, it's very nice, and it's still running after 1980s. That's pretty crazy. And it's a little beat up, it's a little old, but overall still in working condition and looks pretty good. And let's see, we already, like I said, we already have 25 bids, which says a lot. And then here's that bid timeline I was talking about, where you can kind of see how those bids are coming in, which I think it's just really cool to look at. Um, and I do see the sellers answering all of the questions that come in. And they just said that, it has the Tiger Boom Brush Mower. It's great for cutting along the highways with the high vegetation. That mower also can be removed and used for farming. So thought that was a pretty cool item. This will end on June 17th. So keep an eye out on that if it interests you. And this is coming from East Taylor Township Supervisors in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Moving right
And this,
along. Oh, sorry.
well,
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say with the tractor, it's really cool that it comes with the mower attachment.
Yeah.
Not all of the tractors do.
Yep.
And so that's nice. You already know that that attachment works, with that equipment that you're buying, and, you're ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Next, we have a 1996 GMC W4 forward dump truck. This is coming out of the city of Carterville in Missouri. Um, it has 4 days left. It does have 3 bids, and the reserve price has not yet been met. But, here's how it looks. It's a little beat up. It's definitely been used and worked, but a 1996, of course, it has been. It's still running from what I've seen. It's equipped with a dump bed, and it has been used as the municipal public works vehicle. It's not currently running, but they believe it just has a bad fuel pump. It does try to crank, but then it doesn't start. So the truck, they can't use it for what they need it for right now, but it does seem like it just needs a little bit of work and the right person to put some TLC into it, and it should keep running for somebody. That seems to be what the seller has indicated. And there hasn't been any questions asked yet, but hopefully we'll see this one go to a good home and get a new life out of it. I think it does have a second life
Yeah.
in it from what I'm looking at. Of course, I'm no expert, but
Yeah, and it looked like under 100,000 miles too, which I mean, for such an old vehicle, that's pretty awesome.
yeah, 86,000. Yep, you're right.
Nice.
So definitely should have some life in it. From what I've seen, a lot of these trucks go a lot more mileage than 86,000.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, just needs
Yeah, new
a
fuel
little care to like
here.
rejuvenate and get back into action, but yeah, overall looks pretty solid.
Yeah. And then we have another ambulance coming out of Pennsylvania. This one is from Ben Salem EMS in Pennsylvania. 2019 Ford E450 Horton ambulance. Says it's ready to go. It has 1 day and 23 hours left. It has 88 bids right now.
Wow.
88.
Yeah,
So
that's a lot of
it's a
action.
popular auction for sure. And it does look very clean and ready to go. It has 94,000 miles on it. Yeah, it's very clean in there.
Oh yeah, looks really nice inside.
And then moving down here, just what they included, it does have about almost 95,000 miles on it. Runs and drives great. No faults, no issues, no known damage. Includes 4 spare tires mounted on rims. It's clean and dependable and ready to work.
That's really nice. The spare tires already
Yes,
on rims. That's a huge plus. Wow.
very rare that we see that. And they
And,
have, a contact person if you'd like to inspect it from 8 to 3.
and something with the ambulances too, like looking at the interior here, all of that, those shelving and cabinets, right? Store medical equipment and um, materials, that they need on site. But we've seen these ambulances converted into work trucks really easily. So
Yeah.
all that storage is super handy for a whole bunch of tools, and not just inside the ambulance, but also on the exterior of the ambulance, for
Yes,
like some equipment,
yes.
and what you may need to bring
There's
onto a job site.
there's actually one on my street, and every time I drive by it, I wonder if they bought it from us because it's an older ambulance that it's red and white, but it has been converted into a work truck. And this man lives at the end of my street, and I see him drive by my house all the time, and I've never spoken to him, but I am dying to ask where he got it because I deeply suspect it might have been on Municibid, and it's a perfect example of what you just said. The lettering came off, so the EMS services is no longer on the side of it, but the coloring is all the same, and
Mhm.
it's his work van, and
That's
it's there's
awesome.
so many things. It's so great for any trade, any trade. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think about that often when I see that van. I see it when I walk with the dogs, everything, and I'm like,
Should
wonder if
definitely find out the story there. Yeah.
we'll have to reach out to him at some point. I have
That
two
was
more
really cool.
items to show you.
Oh,
For this week, we have a 2009 Harley Davidson, the Police Electric Glide. This ends in 2 days, 23 hours. It does not have a reserve, and it currently has 68 bids. It looks fantastic. This is coming out of the city of Worcester. I don't know how to say that word. Massachusetts. I'm sorry. I
yeah,
trip.
correct us in the chat.
Correct me in the chat,
I
please.
think Worcester
I think
would
that
be
might
my
be it
guess.
too.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're very hard to say. And I live in Pennsylvania where many towns are hard to say. But it looks great. It has the storage on the back and on the sides. It definitely looks like it's in good shape. And we'll scroll down and just see what they said. There is some accident damage, but I haven't seen it yet. So they included a document explaining what was damaged and what would need to be fixed. So I would definitely recommend here's the documents that bidders interested can read on anything that they included. It does currently have around 33,000 miles.
Sweet. And from the photos, looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it does. It does look good. So that looks like a great one. And then we also have this 2020 E50R2 Series Bobcat Mini Excavator, which ends in 1 day, 23 hours. We have 49 bids currently and no reserve, this is very new still. A 2020 is very new. There we go.
Yeah, especially for heavy equipment. Because we generally see a lot of older equipment, and municipality buys something new, uses it every year, for a very long time, and then eventually comes to replace it. So yeah, this is a pretty new Bobcat.
And like Sophie was explaining, this is a perfect example of what Sophie was explaining a little bit ago about how they maintain their equipment and their vehicles. This one has 2,133 hours. They installed new tracks and a new original coupler in 2024, like OEM coupler, new cutting teeth, and an OEM hydraulic pump in 2023. The machine was serviced every 500 hours to the manual's
Oh.
technical specification as opposed to the recommended 750-hour interval. So more often than was even recommended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
and
a
they
great
are like on the dot with
they were.
servicing. Yeah.
And you'll see that a lot with the governments. This is in St. Mary's, PA with the St. Mary's Area Water Authority. And then just one little the last week, I'm gonna bring back a listing from last week just for a moment. Last
Mhm.
week on our live stream, we went over the 2015 Salem Hemisphere light travel trailer. This does end this week. This ends on Sunday, June 7th. So we'll definitely be able to touch back with it again on Monday of next week. But last week, everybody saw Greg make a prediction for the final bid. And Greg is, of course, our CEO, our founder. He's been doing this for 20 years plus, really. And I just thought we'd check in. Greg's guess was 17,500. Currently, we have 5 days and 21 hours to go, so quite a bit of time. Like I said earlier, most bidding happens on the last day. And right now we're sitting with 21 bids and we're at 7,350. I would love to hear other people's guesses as well. We're going to check back in on Monday and see if Greg was right or if he was close, if he was under, over. But I would love to hear if anybody else has a guess as well.
Yeah, and I'm seeing in the comments, welcome Mark from New York. Let us know what you think that travel trailer will go for. That's
Absolutely.
very exciting to see just in the last 24 hours, last hour, how much the bidding war
Oh, it's
intensifies
so
and
fun.
how
I've been
quickly
here
it
10
changes.
years and I still love watching the bidding wars happening. It's my favorite part of the job, really.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And I love it when the auction gets extended by hours because there's
Oh,
been
it's
so much
crazy.
activity going on.
Yes. Crazy.
Oh, all right. We'll jump in and I'll share some items that ended last week. So we had a 2019 Chevrolet Tahoe from Lower Potts Grove Township that sold for $8,100.
Nice.
Pretty new and looks pretty shiny and clean.
Oh, all the
And
seats.
oh, they have the seats in there too,
Give
which
them back.
this
Sometimes
is
they sell them
something.
separately.
Yeah, so this is something with the police vehicles. Often they take out the seats, they might put it in a cage, or they have some other equipment that they install. And so sometimes there aren't rear seats in a police vehicle when
Mhm.
you're buying them at auction. And sometimes they hang on to them and still have them, or sometimes they sell them off like brand new in a separate auction.
We do see
Um,
those a lot of backseat auctions.
yeah. So if you win a police vehicle that doesn't include the seats, you can look for another auction that's selling the seats.
Mm.
But this one does include the seats.
Yeah, that's a big win.
Yeah, so that looks pretty nice. Have those in there. Um, and so we have a lot of police vehicles. That's a really common item here. And one common type of question we see is um how the like two color paint is. This one's gray with white doors. So is it all painted? Is it wrapped? In this case, the doors are wrapped. And so that's something often our bidders like to handle, like the paint and the wraps themselves and changing that up or getting it, here you could remove the white wrap on the doors, get it all back to the single
That's great.
gray color. Yeah. Next up, we had a lightweight maintenance enclosure that sold for $4,600. So this is a nice, big like tent structure. Great, especially now with the summer and all the sunshine. Have a spot out on your job site. Get some shade. If you need to work on a vehicle, work on some equipment.
Mhm.
Um, Nice to get some protection from the elements, and also a great quick storage spot. Keep some of your equipment or vehicle out of the rain or what's going on at the job site. So that's a nice one.
Awesome.
Then we had a 2010 John Deere tractor with Tiger boom mower that sold for $40,000.
Wow.
Um, yeah. So no, the
What
winning
was the
bidders that they've
starting
no.
price on that, Soph?
That started at 10,000.
Wow, that's pretty great.
Yeah, started the other Monday at 10,000.
That's great.
So yeah, it's pretty exciting to see where these go. Looks in really good condition. Looked like that was 4,600
That's
hours on
so
it.
much.
Yeah. Yeah, and the mower came with it, so it was ready to put straight back into work.
Very great. Oh, this one I loved.
Yeah, so we shared the 1986 AM General Hummer on a past live stream. This was definitely a really cool one. This was from the Town of Warren Police Department. And it sold for $15,503.
And there was some method in there. Somebody had a proxy bidding method there.
Yeah, that's something if you're putting in a proxy bid. It's very common people thinking, the flat number is 15,500,
Yes.
but little trick, add a few dollars to get it off. So if you've got so
Yeah.
then you've got a little bit of a different proxy bid than someone else.
You will outbid
Yeah.
somebody if the next bidding increment is 15,500 and yours is 15,503. That does put you in the lead if your
Hmm.
bid was placed earlier. Now, if you're trying to place that amount, manually in the moment when that next bid proxy, like that big increment is due, it won't let you. It will make you enter like the next bidding increment if you're trying to bid just like right over the last person. But if you're placing a proxy and your maximum bid is you're willing to pay $2,000, make it 2004. Worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Put in that proxy bid and add a couple dollars, and it's a really good bidding strategy to help you win there. So yeah, I'm curious what this winning bidder's going to do with this Hummer. I'm sure they're going to have a lot of fun with it.
Well, we'll keep an eye out and maybe we can reach out to them maybe like 6 months down the road just to see what they've done with it and see if we can get the story because it would be cool to come back and share it with everybody, remind them of the listing and just tell them what happened. Because I know we
Yeah.
like to see what happens with the items, especially the unique ones like this one. So I would imagine our viewers would like to see it as well. And if there is anything else you'd love to know about, please let us know. We're happy to share.
Yeah, we love hearing stories from our bidders about how they're using the items. I'm constantly impressed with how creative people are and
Yes,
giving a second life to these
yes,
items is really cool.
it is really cool. Well, that's awesome. That's really awesome. Well, coincidentally, we were just talking about proxy bidding and the bidding strategy, and I just kind of wanted to share like a common question I see come into support or give you guys a tip. I kind of just when we do something like this where I'm sharing something to help or answer a common question, I always kind of keep my eye out on what's been coming into support a lot recently because about 90% of the time when you come into support, you're going to speak directly to me. And I do try to track very common issues or questions or things that are confusing people. And I just kind of wanted to clarify a little bit about proxy bidding because one of the most common questions that we've been getting is like, why did my bid jump right all the way up to the end of my bid right after I placed my bid? Or why did I place my bid and then I was immediately outbid immediately within a second? I just don't understand what's happening. And what this usually means is there's another bidder that had already entered a higher proxy bid or their maximum bid before you had entered your bid. So on Municibid, you can enter the highest amount that you're willing to pay for an item, and our system will automatically bid for you in the smallest increments it needs to keep you in the lead. It will not immediately jump to your maximum unless somebody else keeps bidding against you, or if they had their maximum already placed and it's higher than yours, it'll max yours out and then show them in the lead again. Or if the item has a reserve. If the item does have a reserve, it's going to try to meet that reserve for you. So it's going to go to the lesser of the two amounts. If the reserve is less than your proxy bid, you'll see your proxy bid meet it, and then you'll be in the lead at that amount. Or if your proxy bid is less than the reserve, it's just going to max your bid out to try and reach that reserve price. Because if the reserve isn't met, there is no winning bidder. So if you place a bid and you are instantly outbid, it does not mean that somebody is sitting there bidding against you every second and watching what you're doing. It doesn't mean that at all. It just usually means that you're bidding against a proxy bid that was already in place. So the pro tip I kind of have for you is bid the maximum amount that you are genuinely willing to pay for the item and let the system do the work for you. Avoid getting caught up in a bidding war, going back and forth and having to watch it and type a new amount, $100 more over and over again. You will receive an email, and if you would like, a text message, as well as a pop up on your browser screen, letting you know that you have been outbid once your full proxy bid has been used. And you can always increase that bid as well. To place a proxy bid, which this is one of the most common questions, to place a proxy bid, just enter the maximum amount that you are willing to pay into that same bid box. There's only one. There's not a separate place for proxy bids. And you just enter as much as you're willing to pay as long as it's higher than the next bid increment. And you can also go back and increase that amount at any time. Even if you're currently still the highest bidder, but you only have $100 left or something of your proxy bid, if you're willing to pay a little bit more, you can increase it. You can just type a new bid in for the higher amount. It will not outbid you. It will not raise your bid at that time. It will only raise your bid if somebody else bids against you. This will never use more than it needs to. I assure you of that. So that's really, our system's never going to make you bid more than you need to. We always, if you bid, for example, your proxy bid was 1,500, but the auction ends at 1,200, we won't use that other 300. It won't be touched. So I highly recommend proxy bidding. I think it's a great strategy, just as Sophie and I were just talking about, as well as, like we said, if, when you enter that maximum, add a couple dollars. It might just be the little $2 that puts you ahead and wins you the auction. Might be worth it.
Yeah, the proxy bidding is a fantastic tool. It's a great feature of being online auctions that we can leverage technology to help our bidders. They're out in the field, they've got a lot of work on their plate. They're not always sitting at their computer, to watch the finer details of an auction. So proxy bid is a great way. Put in what you're comfortable paying, and then you can wait and see what happens and know that your proxy bid is doing that work for you, to try to get the best sale amount that you can to win that item.
Definitely. It's a great tool.
So wanted to share one more item that kids that
Ooh.
looked pretty nice. 2005 Mack Granite dump truck from Beaver Township. It's got 6 days and 23 hours left on it. The current bid is $2,700, and the reserve price has already been met. So this is a pretty nice looking dump truck ready to go to work. Got good photos underneath. I know a lot of our bidders bid, from other states, and they can't always go in person to inspect items. So having good photos of the underneath of the truck is always super helpful for bidders. So great job, Beaver Township, with the photos on this truck. So Jackie, just wanted to ask you, what do you think this truck will sell for?
Can I see the starting price?
The starting bid was $1,000.
I'm going to go with, I think I'm off, but I'm gonna say 22,500.
Nice. I like that.
I
We've got
might be
about a
off.
week.
I feel a little off with it. I'm not positive, but that's my guess.
We've got about a week left on it. A lot happens in a week on these auctions, so we'll check back in and see what that price was. Yeah.
Yeah, what is your guess?
Mm. I'm gonna I'm gonna lowball it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 15,000.
All right, let's
Yeah.
see who goes.
Yeah. Well.
Very cool. Yeah, keep track of it. Make sure you
Mhm.
keep our guesses and keep, bring that back next week, just like I did with I'm really looking forward to seeing Camper and where Greg
Oh
fell
yeah.
on that. So yeah, definitely keep track and we'll bring it back. We're also gonna bring you the results of the camper that ends on Sunday, next Monday, and see where Greg fell and how close he was. Or maybe he was completely spot on. We'll see.
Yeah, that would be very impressive. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And feel free in the comments to share what you think these
Absolutely.
items are gonna sell for. Know our bidders are very knowledgeable about these items. They're bidding them and winning on them all the time. And they're really in the market, so it's pretty cool to see you know, guess what something's gonna go for.
Yeah, so if you are, watching live or if you're watching the replay, definitely share your guesses with us. You can absolutely share your guesses for the RV as well because it does still have until Sunday. So please give us your guesses for this dump truck, the RV. Also, still let us know where you're tuning in from, even if you're watching the replay. If you are watching the replay, we appreciate that so much. We appreciate everybody who joins us live. We really have a lot of fun with these live streams and we hope it's fun for you too. And if there's ever anything you want to see, throw it in the comments. We love having feedback from our users, whether it's about our live streams, content they want to see, site features, or their experiences, or what they've done with the items they've won. We really do love hearing from everybody and hearing what you think, whether it's positive or even negative. We're here to help and hear you out.
Yeah, and we not just listen, we also act on
Yeah,
your feedback.
absolutely.
And I think with our 20 days of Municibid and all the features that our developers worked so hard on and we released, we can really see that we acted on feedback that our users gave us and added those new features to help you all out, learn more about auctions,
Yes.
find the deals, in areas that you're looking for with all our new maps. And so, yeah, it's something we act on it. We're not just saying we're gonna
Right.
listen
It's
to
not
it,
yes,
it's
exactly. We do have an ever-growing, user wish list. So if you come up with something, you have an idea, something that's just gonna make your life easier, just let us know, and we will always add it to our user wish list, which then we in turn take to our weekly team meetings and discuss and figure out how to make it work, how to make it possible. So always share. So if something's gonna make your life a lot easier on while bidding, while researching, saving items, anything, just let us know. We really do want to make Municipid the very best experience it can be for you.
yeah. So thank you everyone for tuning in and watching the replay. We had a lot of fun with this ladies edition of Municibid Monday. And we'll see you back next Monday at noon Eastern.
Bye.
Bye.